I know what it feels like to pray and hear nothing. The doctors told me that my eggs were not being released. And I'm around here looking at my friends. Everyone is getting pregnant around me, starting their families. In that season, I felt unseen and unheard. And I remember crying to God late at night, asking him, God, do you even hear me? Are you even listening? So I knew at that time I had to take decisions into my own hands. I had to do things differently. I couldn't do your regular casual prayer, the kind of prayer that you would do as you a child, that traditional prayer that your mama may have taught you that don't really have that power. I knew I had to get into my spiritual realm. So I made the personal decision to consecrate myself. And this wasn't no regular fast, your traditional fast, like where you don't eat. Nah, I went cold turkey. I decided to be celibate in my relationship and all. I had to shut the flesh down. I cut out all the distractions, anything that's going to take me from serving and focus on God, I cut it out. I showed up consistently. I kept on praying, I kept on fasting, and I definitely kept on trusting. And at that time in that season, I felt like nothing, I mean, nothing changed. So this is why the Hannah story resonate with me so much. It hits so differently because she wanted a child for years. And in that time, in her season, she was being mocked, she was being provoked, and she was definitely misunderstood. So one year she went into the temple, and the Bible referred that she was in deep, deep anguish. And at this time, she poured her heart and her soul unto God. And then on the outside, it looked like nothing changed, but things were changing. So before Samuel was ever born, something shifted in Hannah. Sometimes God changes you, but he have to change you from the inside before he can change your situation. So silence does not mean absence. Silence does not mean stagnation. Silence often means preparation. So heaven was moving and God was still working. So in my Hannah season, I thought that nothing was changing, but God was already changing me from the inside out. And 6 months later, yep, I was pregnant with my son. I was so happy. You know what I mean? And that's when I realized that God was never silent. He heard my prayers. So I just want to say, don't waste the waiting season. Waiting doesn't mean to be idle, like sit around as if you have nothing to do. No, you seek his face. You pray. Whatever you need from him, you got to go into your closet place and know that God is going to be working things out, whether you see it or not, whether you feel like nothing is changing after you say that prayer. Just know that he's working behind the scenes. Discipline is silence, which is building your strength. That lesson continues to strengthen me every day of my life. I walk with that lesson, knowing that even though my situation may not change at the drop of a dime, I know that it will change.